Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 of movies that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime UK for the month of April 2018. So let's get started. Number 10, Love and Other Drugs. Maggie is an alluring free spirit who won't let anyone or anything tie her down, but she meets her match in Jamie, whose relentless and nearly infallible charm serve him well with the ladies in the cutthroat world of pharmaceutical sales. Maggie and Jamie's evolving relationship takes them both by surprise as they find themselves under the influence of the ultimate drug, love. Anne Hathaway and Jake Gyllenhaal star in this romantic comedy, and from the trailers it looks about generic as you can get with one of these type of movies, and it is to an extent, but it's better than that, and it is better than that because of the cast that's involved here. You've got Gyllenhaal, you've got Hathaway, and they attached to this script because it's a fairly decent script that offers some good twists, some fun moments, and just a great good time in front of the TV. And this is a movie that may have passed you by because you've thought, I know exactly what that is and I'm not interested, but give it a shot. See if it's something that you will actually like, and let me know what you think of it. Number 9, Denial. Deborah E. Lipstadt's legal battle for historical truth against David Irving, who accused her of libel when she declared him a Holocaust denier. In the English legal system, defamation, the burden of proof is on the accused. Therefore, it was up to Lipstadt and her legal team to prove the essential truth that the Holocaust occurred. Unbelievably true and fascinating. Someone actually had to go to court to prove that the Holocaust actually happened. If this case failed, this could have had ramifications across the globe. But you never know how the case is actually going to go. There's some great performances here, an unbelievable story that actually happened. It is fascinating, it's tense, it's suspenseful, and it's enjoyable. Number 8, See No Evil 2. A group of friends play late night visit to the city morgue to surprise Amy on her birthday. But the surprise is on them when one-eyed corpse of brutal psychopath Jacob Goodnight unexpectedly rises from the cold sub-basement slab. Their wild party quickly turns into a terrifying slayfest. At heart, I'm a horror fan, and I'm willing to give most things a go. The original See No Evil was okay. Nothing spectacular. This one is a little bit step above it. It still follows the typical tropes of the slasher genre, but it embraces them with some gory kills, some fantastically atmospheric scenes, some moments in horror movies that you think you see coming, but it subverts them ever so slightly. Terrific movie, and a really good sequel that kind of builds on the original, and I'm still waiting on part 3. Number 7, The Negotiator. In the midst of an elaborate conspiracy, an expert negotiator is driven to the edge when he is framed for the murder of his partner, as well as embezzling money from his department's pension fund. His only chance to prove his innocence is to take hostages himself. F. Gary Gray directs Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey in this fantastic thriller movie that seems to have been all but forgotten about. You have Samuel L. Jackson as a negotiator who has taken hostages. You've got Kevin Spacey as the man who is doing everything unorthodox-like. He knows that this negotiator knows all their tactics, and he has to throw the tactics book out the window while trying to help him solve who framed him at the same time. It's a mystery, it's a thriller, it's suspenseful. It's got 2 great actors doing terrific work, and it's just a fun movie. Number 6, Soylent Green. A tale of earth and despair in 2022. Natural foods like fruits and vegetables and meat amongst other things are now extinct. Earth is overpopulated and New York City has 40 million starving, poverty-stricken people. The only way they survive is with water rations and eating a mysterious food called Soylent. A detective investigates the murder of the president of the Soylent Company. This is a movie I hadn't seen until last year. I had heard lots about it and I kind of expected it to fall into a certain way, and it didn't, because it gave me this detective who lived in this dystopian future who was trying to solve a murder mystery. He wasn't the cleanest cut detective either. He wasn't shying away from doing the wrong thing or taking things from a dead body if needs be because of necessity, but he is interested in finding the truth and solving out the mystery behind this man's death, and it leads him down a path that will shock the world. This has a spoilerish ending that is pretty much out there in the ether, so I kind of knew that going into it. If you don't know that, it might be interesting to watch this to see what you think of this 70s science fiction cracker. Number 5, Birdman. A washed-up actor tries to reclaim his fame on Broadway with a new play. As this is happening, he has to hand with disturbing new actors and has to rekindle his relationship with his daughter. But most importantly, he has to escape the shadow of the superhero he used to play, Birdman. Birdman was one of those terrific movies in the cinema that I am terrified to revisit in case it doesn't live up to how fantastic it was. You had amazing actors in this movie with the likes of Michael Keaton, Edward Norton and a host of other names that I could just list on and on and on, who play terrifically well in this faux one-shot type of movie that has a fantastic percussive score. It's about a man's struggle with his past and trying to break free of that by doing something creative in the now that may or may not quite work. It's full of great performances, great setups, terrific direction, and it's all round a movie that has stuck with me ever since I saw it in the theatre. Number 4, The Man from Earth. An impromptu goodbye party for Professor John Oldman becomes a mysterious interrogation after the retiring scholar reveals to his colleagues he has a longer and stranger past than they can imagine. The Man from Earth is a really interesting movie. It's set in the one household. It's almost like a play. These people go to visit this professor who is all of a sudden just leaving his job, his house, where he stays, and he teases them with this idea that he could be someone that's been around since the dawn of man. He's just lived that long a life. And these scientific and educated people start to question him about the validity of this, whether it's a joke, whether it's true, what will happen. People get angry, upset, people find it funny. It's all in the conversations and they're all fantastic. And it leaves you wondering, is he really ageless man that continues to wander the earth? Or is it just all fabrication lies to get these people into a theoretical discussion? I'll leave it up to you to decide, but it is worth checking out. Number 3, Copycat. Helen Hudson is a psychiatrist who specialises in serial killers. She also suffers from agoraphobia. Her only link to the outside world is her computer. A serial killer who copies the methods of famous serial killers threatens her online. Holly Hunter plays a cop who is on the trail of the killer. Together they try to identify him and hopefully dispatch him. This is a similar plot to a lot of movies, kind of like The Bone Collector. You've seen this kind of idea done before, but it's terrifically well done because it puts the female perspective into the lead characters here. People who are genuinely victims in these kind of movies now become the heroes, the people who have to steadfast. It's got lots of themes in it about strong women being powerful and taking control of their own situations and futures and dealing with it. And it has all these genre elements of thrillers, serial killer movies thrust into it as well. It has terrific performances across the board. It's a creepy thriller that really does thrill you. It is one of the best movies I can think of the 90s that involved serial killers that isn't Seven, and it's definitely worth checking out. I love Copycat. Number 2, Suburbicon. In the bosom of Suburbicon, a family-centred, all-white utopia, manicured lawns and friendly locals, a simmering tension is brewing as the first African-American family moves into the idyllic community. In the hot summer of '59, however, as the patriarch Gardner Lodge and his family start catching a few disturbing glimpses of the wind-sweltering neighbourhood's dark underbelly. That synopsis doesn't paint the full picture for this. It's got Julianne Moore, Matt Damon, Oscar Isaac and a host of other actors in this drama, mystery, thriller type thing as Matt Damon is telling this story, living this life of his wife being murdered and him having to deal with the ramifications. It's juxtaposed with this African-American family that have moved into the neighbourhood who are ritualistically being tortured by the other neighbours. And it's a bit up and down with its plot. It doesn't really know where to rely on or what its message is to focus on, but it has quickly come on to Amazon Prime. I think it's worth checking out. It will not be for everybody. It is not the best movie on this list, but I do think because of the talent behind it, it's directed by George Clooney, I think it is definitely something that you may want to check out. And number 1, The Florida Project. In the shadow of Walt Disney's World's Magic Kingdom, a garish, painted, run-down motel crammed with the homeless who can't afford a proper accommodation is the enchanting world of struggling ex-stripper, single mother Haley and her fearless 6-year-old daughter Moni. I recently watched The Florida Project and I thought it was a masterpiece of movie making. It is visually stunning and it tells the tale of this pretty much homeless family who are struggling week to week, month to month, pretty much hand to mouth to survive, just to live. They're constantly trying to score money so that they can pay the bill, so that they can continue to stay there. And it's a struggle for this family, and it's all shot through the eyes of the 6-year-old Mooney, who we follow a lot. Everything we see is from her perspective, so from her angle it's never quite shown how horrible these situations are, but we as adults checking in on this can see that this is just the wrong situation for somebody to be growing up in. For somebody to live in this kind of life is just not right. But it's an entertaining movie. It gives you a slice of life of young kids acting as young kids do, because of the way their mothers and fathers, if they are both present, relate to them. It's also got Willem Dafoe in a fantastic role as the patriarch Bobby, who runs the motel, who kind of looks after them but makes sure everybody toes the line as well. This is a real treat of a movie. I can't recommend this highly enough, which is why it's my #1 this month. It is a must-watch movie. So there we have it, 10 movies for Amazon Prime for April 2018. I hope you liked this video. If so, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if there's something that I've missed that should have been on my list, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.